Hi, good evening, everybody. Sorry it's a little bit dark behind. I've got the sun behind. I'm at home today, working from home because Danno's out with a work to do tonight. So he sent the parts over for me to do at home. So I've got a couple of guests. So I'll bring in first. We'll bring in the usual guest, Mark.
I think I'm a usual guest, but the conversation we were having before we started this live stream completely wasn't normal at all. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Geordie Dave's Titanic Builds. Yet again, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yep, and the person that's going to be doing with chat tonight is Horlix.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me on. I popped in just if you needed a hand, and I'm going to do the comments for you tonight. So, looking forward to seeing more of your build come together, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, okay, so it's great to have you on, Horlix.
I think I need to be a mad scientist here because the conversation being having tonight is just not being yeah.
No, we don't want to fill them in the conversation. What was it?
No, we don't.
We're just talking about work and how our day's going.
Oh dear.
Get stuck off YouTube.
and what I was doing at 7:15 this morning.
No, we don't want that. No.
All right. Well, yeah, we're doing issue 15 today, which is the third section of the hull. So I'll take my cameras across. So while I'm doing that, Horlix can start going through the chat.
I can indeed. So first one I've got here is Gillian. She's saying evening, everyone. Evening again, everyone.
Hi, Gillian.
Good evening, Gillian. We have Warren here. Warren James. Hi all. Good luck tonight.
Hi, Warren.
Hello, Warren. We've got Yorkshire Crafter. Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
D. Harris is evening, Dave, Danno, and Mark.
Evening, Dave.
Good evening, D. D says Gillian Milne and Warren James. Good evening, both. Gillian says good evening, D. Harris. Dave Builds says good evening again, everyone. Good luck with your build, Geordie and Danno. So yes.
Evening, Dave Mac.
Evening, Dave. Dave Builds says evening at Gillian Milne, Warren James and D. Harris. Gillian says evening at Dave Builds. D. Harris says evening again at Dave Builds. And Warren James says evening at D. Harris. And there's the queue. Dave Builds says evening again at Mark's Modz and Horlix. So hi. D. Harris says evening at Alex. And we've got Marvel Picks, aka Todd. Hello all. Hi Todd, how are you?
Hey Todd.
Warren James says hi Dad and Mark and Horlix.
Hi Warren.
Todd says I need to get started on my own Titanic. Been so busy with the Enterprise lately. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but it's amazing what you've done with that. Steve131. Hey up, young Mark Horlix. Not like I imagined him. Hiya, Steve.
Evening, Steve.
Warren James says evening at Dave Builds. And that is the chat caught up to date. So over to you.
So let's look at Dave one solo layout. Okay, so stage 15, this is the third section of the hull. So parts in this issue are 15A ventilation duct.
Ventilation duct. Just get this packet open. It's open. It's not falling. That's that. And two little boots. Ventilation duct. I presume that's that.
Yeah, that's that. Okay. 15B is lifeboats A and B.
Lifeboats A and B. Got no numbers on, so.
Okay. 15C is third hull section. Port side.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, 15D is angled screwdriver. The larger one. There we go. 15E is Allen key for hex screws.
In there.
Fantastic. And then we should have some JM 3 PM screws, 1 spare.
PMs.
Well, it's JMs.
That looks like GMs, it.
Yeah. And then we should have IMs 5 PWM screws, 1 spare.
Yeah, I've got them out.
Okay, and then MM 5 pan head screws, 1 spare.
Yep, I've got to take 2 of them out for later.
Okay, and then it says note, the Allen key and hex head screws are packed in a separate bag. 2 of the hex screws will be used in issue 18. Okay, right, so step 1 is take the officers' quarters assembly from the previous issue, identify the supports on the port side for lifeboat B, and check the fit. Apply a little glue to the supports and stick the lifeboat in place. Repeat to fix lifeboat A in place on the starboard side. And I think this is where Horlix can come in with the chat because of something Dave Max just put in.
Yes, so D. Harris says, Steve 131, evening again. D. Harris says, Marvel Pits, good evening, Todd. Happy holidays. Dave Matt Builds says, don't forget, Dave, don't glue the lifeboats on due to the rigging from the funnels has to go behind the lifeboats.
Right. So as you can see, I've just put them on like that.
Brilliant.
They're not glued on, so
okay.
At the end of the show, I'll put them back in the bag.
So Steve 131 says hello, Sir D, and Todd says evening at D Harris. Thank you. There we go.
Okay, so step 2 is take the hull assembly from issue 10 and the keel section 13A supplied with issue 13. Fit the keel section against the forward keel section 10A as shown. Fix the parts together with 2 IM screws supplied with issue 13.
All right. So that goes like that. I'm going to keep it over it.
Wow. You really can get an idea of how big this is going to be when it's done.
Yeah.
2 IM screws. What was the hood? Get that screw started. Get a better screwdriver. Got 2 wearers, and I went and got me one.
Steve 131 has just said big hole piece. Definitely.
It's 1 in. We'll just two, and I'm just going to make sure the split's locked in. So getting turns on it, and that's that.
Okay, so step 3 is fit the third port hull section, 15C, along the port side of the keel section, 13A, as shown. Fix in place with 4 IM screws.
Oh, isn't this fun? So we're going to get that in there. That in. All right. Now this is where I have a slight problem because I'm missing. Danny didn't send these. These usually still are Danny's. He didn't send. He sent everything across, but missed sending a screw out. So I'm going to fix this in, but I'm going to be screw down.
I think, you know, you can't help it.
So I'll get that one there.
I mean, I'm behind on mine, but that's only because I decided to mod the hatches in the well deck.
So what I'm going to do, this is going to help a little bit. I'm going to get that little tree out, put a little bit of oil in. These are going into metal. Oil will help.
Yeah, that's a good tip, that. I did that a lot with the Route Master build,
Yeah.
especially on the chassis.
Oh, they're tight.
I think we should be due some more Titanic soon.
So you get the shorts.
If you need to move it closer to you, just move it closer to you. And them screws have to be in tight.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so step 4 is at the forward end of the hull section 15C, a raised screw socket aligns with the screw holes in the connecting panel 4C. Using 2 mm hex screws and the Allen key 15E, fix the parts together at the point circled in yellow. The angled screwdriver may be useful in future issues when you have to tighten the crosshead screws in places that are difficult to access.
So take it. There's
There's the bottom hole and then the one above it.
so take it. It's this one. Don't know whether you can see.
Steve131 says I might need to build a jig for it. Yeah, definitely.
Tighten.
Well, we did get thing to hold the front of it, but it's not on the same par with what the Bismarck jig is.
Doesn't hold this.
No.
Okay, that's one in. These Allen keys magnetic. No.
You could probably make it more with the magnetic device. God, that's tricky to get to, isn't it?
Yeah. And I can't get the key in that way, so I've got to.
This is where, like, well, we were saying this before stream, where an Oria screwdriver might come in handy.
Yeah.
Because it has that flexible head.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Don't think Allen keys at the best of time.
Ah, look, there's a comment here. Dave Matt Builds says, put the key through the hole on the plastic connector.
Oh. Thank you. Yay. Thank you. That makes it better.
There you go, top tip. Thank you, Dave.
Doesn't seem to want to bait this one. Get in. Right. Only key stuck. There you go. Does need another screw there. It'll be over Danny's. Didn't send it over, but that's it.
Fantastic. So that's completed work. Boats have been fixed in place on the deck above the officers' quarters, but they haven't been. And 2 more parts have been fitted to the hull. The ventilation ducts, 15A and 2mm screws, will be fitted in a future issue. Store all the parts carefully until they are needed. The JM screws supplied with this issue are not needed. So, right.
Cool. So Dave Matt Build says the other side of the hole may be difficult when it comes. Yeah, because obviously the holes have been filled now there. And Dave Matt Build says, great work, Dave.
Thank you.
Warren James says, great looking good. It's big. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be massive.
It's going to be massive, isn't it? Right.
Impressive, though.
Yeah. Another quick build, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Eddie Starboard. Quick builds.
Well, it's their way. There will be a section I can probably see coming up where we are going to be doing probably quite a lot in it, but
yeah,
wait for that section, that issue to come.
And then you'll have all the wiring, I expect, for some of the electrical bits to do. And
yeah. Yep. So I'll go back to. So.
I mean, they're giving you that hex key, I suppose, but I mean, with the Bismarck, we got this.
Oh, that's how. Yeah.
Yeah, but did you see how close the screws were together though to get in with it? I suppose if that was a hex key, it would have done great for the next issue.
Yeah. This is what Dee calls a baby wearer.
Hi. That is a baby wearer.
But yeah, it's like that screwdriver kit you get out of a Christmas cracker.
Yeah, I've tried to use them before and they're so difficult. Because you've got no leverage on it.
No.
So basically that's what we've done so far.
Amazing. We've got some more comments here. I'll just run through. So we've got D Harris says, great job, Dave. Quick stage as usual. Dave Matt Builds says, great show, guys. Gillian says, good show and a big thumbs up. Thank you. There's models of vintage. Wow, that's brilliant. Great show, guys. Looks lovely. Bet it's heavy too. And then 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, it's getting some weight. Yeah, it is heavy. Imagine once you get on this thing, it's going to weigh a ton.
Yeah. D Harris says micro wearer, not baby wearer.
That is one of the smallest screwdrivers I've come across in a part weight build. All I'm going to say. And it's not even useful because you can't get much strength behind it.
Is it that small because it needs to be short because you can't get a normal screwdriver in? Or is it just wide because it's got a small head on it?
No, it's for the hull of the Bismarck. It's so you can screw the hull pieces on when you can't get a normal screwdriver in.
Right.
But it's not much use because you can't. Not with the normal screwdriver, you grip it and you pull it in. With that, you can't do that with it. It's it's finger tight only.
So I guess as you were saying, I mean, I've still got my wearer. That's where this bendy would probably come into effect because you could probably.
Yeah, the Oreo would come in handy.
If you can, well, depending on the clearance, that's as much you can bend it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, just I'll have to see when it comes to that issue, which I am going back on now because I've finished my modifications on my well deck hatches.
Where are you on your Bismarck? Are you finished?
No, I'm on like 30 something. I've got pack. Hang on, I've got another 3 packs down here, but yeah, I'm a little bit slow now. But I have got one that's going to be released this week, though.
When I'm on my holidays, I've got to go to Warren's sometime. I've got to do the rigging on his.
Oh.
And then Daniel wanted to do the rigging on his. But Danny's, I need to fix the gun and check the electrics on his. I'm
not fancy doing the rigging.
Oh.
That's why I probably wouldn't look at doing, like, say, the Victory. Because,
I think the rigging on this is going to be kind of,
It's not as bad, but yeah.
It's bad, but it's going to be.
But I mean, that is my modded hatches.
Oh, you got the mod?
Yeah.
So what's that, like grey?
The top is soft white, and then the bottom is like a bit of a flesh colour.
Soft white looks great to me. Where it comes across on camera. Oh, that's better. The light's got it better there.
There we go.
You've got the flesh colour on the bottom.
Yeah. So they're finally done. It's taken me a few weeks, but finally done.
Okay.
I've got that to do with mine.
So chat. So D Harris says, great job, Dave. Quick stage as usual. Oh no, we've done that, haven't we? Sorry. Good show. Sorry, Steve 131. Good show, chaps. D Harris says, that's what I used, Alex, on the Bismarck. I could even grip that scaled screwdriver. Well, that's a good idea. I mean, mine's a bit finicky because it's getting caught. So it's, yeah, a bit naff mine, but I've got another one somewhere. D Harris says, night, Steve. See you next time. And Steve says, I like your screwdriver, Horlix, where you get. It's an Oreo.
Well, a good idea. I think I'll get that with my Oreo next time.
It's an Oria, and it's what I started off with before the wearers, and it comes with all of the extra bits here. It is good. It is very good, and I swore by it when I first got it.
I never thought of that flexi piece that might come good on the next side.
But yeah, it does come with a flexi piece if yours works. Mine is just seized up and it's getting caught somehow. But also, you've got your normal screwdriver, and if you pull that back, it's got this extension bar, which is good for hard to reach places, especially on the Routemaster to get the seats on. We could stick this through the windows on the other side. So it does have its uses. But generally, yeah, we've all moved on to these wearers. They're brilliant.
I think after a lot of uses, what happens with the Orias, the screwdriver bits start to wear.
Yes, they do. They do.
I mean, I don't use my Oria very often, but when it comes to like hex screws or something like that, or like this stage in the Titanic, I will crack it open and hopefully it'll make things a lot better.
Yeah.
So right then, hold on. I'll just take this back out of my branding.
And just to answer Steve 131, you can get an Oria very easily off Amazon. Just type in Oria screwdriver into Amazon and they'll come up. They're not expensive either.
And it's not just Oria; they do different brands. So this is another one. Because back in the day, I was scared that I was going to break it. I bought another one, and this is a Zanmax screwdriver set, but it's exactly the same, except it's orange. And this has got another flexi bit, which will probably work because the other one's just died. But this one is a bit different in the respect of it's a bit more stumpy, and then the extension bar is separate, but not so big.
Plus, you'll find that you'll get pieces, you'll get bits with it for fitting your iPhones and all that.
Yes, you do. On this one, it's not actually part of the kit. Let me just. I'll just.
So when I got mine, you got them hiding.
Horlix, let me put you on full screen while I'm here. So
no, when I got mine, what extra hiding.
So yeah, you just get all these bits, and then obviously. You get like this bit, which is like an extension for a bigger screwdriver. So if you wanted to use a bigger screwdriver, you can put that in and then use these bits. And then underneath it all, you get this little packet. And this is like an afterthought, and it's special heads for special things. And that's a Pentalope one there, I believe, to undo like iPhones and things like that. So it is a handy little kit. Obviously, compared to the Oria, it's exactly the same, except the handle's a bit different. It's the same sort of size, but obviously on this one, the extension bar comes out. On this one supplied. As you can see, it's not as long. So you might want to be careful about that. But they're all pretty much the same brand, just different, slightly different kits.
You can get some of the kits that's got a bit more in, where you get things like for all them guitar things for taking the screens off.
Yes, that's right.
So I think Danno's got a bigger kit.
No, this one works. The other one, I've never used the other one, to be honest. I think once, but it just seems to be getting caught up on something. It doesn't work. It's just getting caught. It's just going to be something for me to fix, isn't it?
Yeah, see, I built the Routemaster on my Oria kit apart from when we started putting the bodywork over when I switched over to the baby wearer.
Yeah.
Oh, baby wearer.
That's the first wearer I got. But I was using the Oria, but I found the Oria screwdriver bit's not as good as a wearer for putting them tiny little screws in the bus. And then I got the other two sizes I wear,
Yeah.
which means is so I seem to stick to them because of that. And unfortunately, the Oreo has been assigned to the bottom of the drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is one thing. Why can we not use the screwdriver set that we got as a free gift?
Yeah. It's just as probably good as the Oreo. The handle's a little bit smaller, but
Just doesn't make any sense, does it? That they're giving us a free toolkit and we can't use it.
okay, so right then, well,
yeah, so there's a few more little bits of chat I'll just catch up on.
I'm on branding, so I can't see the chat because I'm ready to.
So yeah, Steve, yeah, like Steve, yeah. So Amazon, just look for 56-bit driver kit, and yeah, have a look. There's something will come up. D. Harris says they're a good set if you only have the right screwdriver heads. Yeah. And then D says, Mark, frame the micro screwdriver as the smallest screwdriver issued with the part work. You don't need it anymore.
No.
And D says, I've had 3 or 4 of them screwdriver sets. So, yeah.
Okay. Right, well, I'll say goodbye first then. So thanks everybody for tuning in and watching Geordie Dave build this Titanic. And yeah, I'll catch you all again next week when we do issue, is it 16? Yep. 16, yes. So, yeah, catch you on the next one.
Okay. I'm just having a look on Amazon and see if I can find the kit so I could link it for you. I found it. Here we go. It's actually been reduced. It's 21% off at the moment. Let me just paste this in for you for Steve. I'll put it in the chat. It'll probably come up at everyone's channel, but that is the actual Oreo set that I've got. Yeah, thank you for having me on. Brilliant show.
Anytime.
Yeah, brilliant show, and yeah, I can't believe how big that's looking, and that's just right at the beginning of the build. It's going to be an epic build, and yeah, it's a shame there's a few details that aren't quite up to scratch for some people, but it's nevertheless, I think it's still going to be a fantastic model, and yeah, I think if I had the room, I think I'd definitely do it. I was intending to do it. Mark nearly got me into it because I bought issue 1, and I've still got issue 1 under my desk here, but it's just too big for me. So, but yeah, that's it for me. So yeah, thanks for having me on, and good luck everyone, and see you on the next show.
Okay, and okay, well, I'd like to thank my two guests for coming on, and thank everybody in the chat for coming in. And as I said, tomorrow night we should be on with Danno. Because I don't think Christine will be on tomorrow night because she's still not well. But Danno will be on with his show tonight, and I think Mark and Horlix are on that show as well, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow night. So don't forget, give a thumbs up, subscribe to our channels, and we'll catch you next week. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye all.